gentlemen, here for the start of ceremony for 2013, the Armada High School Marching Tiger Band under the direction of Mr. Steve Loveday. Thank you, Tiger Band. I'd like at this time to introduce the Scouts from Troop 84, that's Richmond, Armada, and New Haven. They're here to help us with our flag ceremony this year. Scouts, take the field. And once again, as we have every year for the last few years, I'd like to introduce the man who's going to help us by singing that national anthem, Mr. Rocky Harding.
Please rise. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the
Thank you very much, Rocky. Thank you, band. I'd like to thank the Scouts. They did a wonderful job this year. The first time we've had the Scouts here in a long while to take care of this for us. Scouts, you are dismissed. Once again, a big round of applause for the Scouts, Rocky, and the Armada High School Marching Tiger Band. You're excused from the field. At this time, it's a great pleasure that I offer to you the Armada Agricultural Society President, our president for this fair and quite a few fairs we've had now, and for I hope for many more, Mr. Ken Goyke. Big round of applause.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Once again, here we are for the 2013 141st Annual Armada Fair. So, it's a great event. And this great event cannot happen without all the volunteers from this community. The fair is a community event for everyone. Everybody in northern Macomb County, we don't be exclusive. We'll take people from St. Clair, Lapeer, Oakland, and even southern Macomb to come to the Armada Fair. It has a long-standing tradition of family values and what it takes to put this event on. If it wasn't for all the civic volunteer organizations coming out here, they're making extra money for their good organizationals, what their mission statement is for, whether it be for seeing eye dogs or the youth in the athletic departments or baseball or even the 4-H. All these events truly matter for what everybody in this community does to stand up to the plate, to come and put their work, their time, their effort, hundreds of hours to put the Armada Fair on. Without them, it cannot be done. There's another crew of men and women that also do work at the fair. It's the volunteers of the Fair Board. And at this time, I would like to introduce our Fair Board to the 2013 season. And I will start with, if you guys would stand up when I announce your name. We'll start at the first row, down the bottom. Longtime native, Miss Nancy Bliss. Nancy, her main goal is doing the entertainment and advertising here at the fair. Next to Nancy.
And the girl. The queen.
Oh, she does the queen. I'm doing this the main thing, but she's in charge of the queens. All right. Next to Nancy, we have Darren Schwintz. Darren was an intern here at the fair. He's taking care of all the outside vendors, a great asset, showing that the youth of this community is stepping up to the plate. Next to him, Mr. Paul Marcath, another youth. Paul is in charge of the demolition derby and these motorized events, doing a wonderful job. Been here since he was born as well. So a lot of history with his family and stuff, so thank you, Paul. And next to him, I guess I'll call him the old goat. He is my cousin. So his dad, Dennis Marcath. Major instrument with the youth in the barns in Barn 15, as well as the motorized event. He's one of the guys that travels to all of the other county fairs, helping putting on the figure eights and demolition derbies that we volunteer to help out at the other communities. Next to Dennis, Dean Reinhardt. Dean Reinhardt's done a major job of taking care of the, working on the facilities. You notice the grandstands are painted this year, a lot of effort. Year before that, we did the bleachers. Now, that's the department that he works hard at, getting a lot of volunteers to put up to help. So, thank you on that. Next to him, man that takes care of the maintenance, the old man, Mr. Gary Witt. Gary's another long tradition, and thank you so much. Next to Gary, we have Dave Kent. Dave Kent. Dave is in charge of the tractors, the old antique tractors coming in, the golf carts, and I believe he's third generation Fair Board. This is his second stint. He was back on the Fair Board about 30 plus years ago, 40 years ago, and he come back on, so the love never goes away. Now, we have another longtime staple at the fair, but first time on the board, Miss Nancy Davis. Nancy's working real hard, bars 1 and 2, that's what she's in charge of, and she's done an awesome job. She worked with 4-H for many years. Good experience, thank you. Help bring it in our money. We got Mr. Jim Roll. Jim is very about the ticket takers. Well, that's where all the cash comes in, so it's very important, and that's what he's in charge of with the other people. So thank you so much for Jim. His lawn agriculture, his children all involved in the 4-H. Still has to do a full-time job of raising flowers and stuff down in Macomb Township, so thank you. Next to him is a man of many hats, Mr. Rob Kitchen. Rob is the fair's treasurer, keeping track of the money, but Rob is also on the Ray Township Fire Department. He also does the youth, for sportsmen to get their hunter safety. Plus he's in charge of the goats and stuff, and he's, being on the executive board, he's got a very full plate and he does a lot of hard work, so thank you. Next to him, a man that everybody likes to get refreshed by, Mr. Jerry Spree. Jerry's, one of his main thing is the refreshment tent, and the reason I'm telling everybody, there's issues. That's why you kind of got an idea who to talk to so we can get these issues taken care of. Next to him, another person with many hats, Mr. Ted Dahlia. Ted's also in the maintenance department, doing all the motor sports, refreshment tent, so he puts in a lot of time here. And he graduated from Armada in 1975. Grew up on a dairy farm there at 29 miles, so I'm telling you how old he is. He's an old goat. Next row, another generational thing, replaced his dad on the fair board. We have Mr. Bill Chapman. This is one of the many things Bill is on the carnival committee, and he's actually been on just about every committee here on the fair, so he's got a very well-rounded and lots of experience to put out here at the fair. We have another new member this year that's been involved with the fair for a long time, showing beef, and when he was in high school, basically did an internship here, Mr. Ken DeMiglio. Ken DeMiglio works in the beef department, and plus on the maintenance and the new stuff that's being taken care of here. Rob Tibbetts. Generations again. Farm, grew up, graduated from Armada, works real hard at the fair. He's our liaison with 4-H, takes care of a lot of those attributes. Next to him, Miss Pat Bonds. Patricia. All of the giddy back, hop on my back and give me a ride horses is what she takes care of. So lots of work. Also the horse pulls, all the horses in the barns. Lots of work to be taken care of. She stepped up. She's done a wonderful job. She showed horses for years. She's worked here for years. So thank you for her. And the last board member that's here to give a little accolade to. I got two more. I didn't see Jim over there. We've got Mr. Ron Rodas. Another long time up on Riley Center Road. Lifetime farmer. Lifetime with his children going through the 4-H problem, with the projects, with the animals. He's working in barn 15, amongst other things, and with the other departments that he's on. That's the main focus. He works with the youth in there and for the livestock sale and everything. So Ron Rodas. And then the old man on the board with the most seniority, born and raised in Armada, Mr. Jim Handy. The sound system, candy scrambles, all of them kind of things, pick up the pieces. Jim and his family's been working here real hard for a long time. So thank you. I wanted to give that introduction. So to move on with the next phase of what we have to do, we have Miss Kuzmano to come up. She's next on the list.
Hello everyone. We would like to take a moment to remember and pay our respects to those individuals that we have lost in the past few months. Each of them volunteered countless hours to not only the Armada Fair, but to other organizations such as the Lions Club, the Juvenile Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, area churches and schools. The list is endless. Their loss will be deeply felt by all those who knew them. They will be missed by not only family, but friends and the community they honored. They all had a passion for life and greeted each day with a smile.
Stop, Lester.
We encourage everyone here today to join us in a moment of silence to remember the following individuals. We also encourage you to include those special people in your life who are not mentioned today. Sheena Couchard, Andrew Getzinger, Sherry Goike, John Guzin, Jimmy Greco, Michael Hallis, Joseph Hessel, Bob Hill, Catherine Kent, Dennis Klein Jr., Joe Kowalski, Brandon Kosminski, Brian Lumley, Rick Rapp, Sandy Sandvin, Christy Wendell, and Jerry Weiland. Please join us in silence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Valerie. For our Homemaker of the Year, we have our superintendent, Ms. Nancy Davis, to do the presentations on the Homemaker. While she's coming up here, a moment of silence is near and dear.
Hi everybody. I have the honor of presenting this year's.
Mike's closer, Nancy.
I have the honor of presenting this year's Armada Fair Homemaker and Youth Achiever. These ladies have worked very hard to enter all of the crafts, their baked goods, their flowers, and I want to tell you a little bit about each of these ladies. With the young achievers, they had to enter at least 11 different items that they made throughout the year, and with the homemakers, they had to enter at least 17 different items. And the way we determine the winner is each ribbon was assigned a point value. We then calculate the total numbers based on the total number of those ribbons. It's the first young lady that had entered the Youth Achiever is Marissa Cohen. Is she here? She's not here? Well, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is 11-year-old from Romeo. She is in the Fantastic Felines 4-H group. Her hobbies are drawing, karate, crafts, and reading. She plays piano and is part of an undefeated softball team. She's also busy this summer babysitting 4 days a week. Maybe that's where she's at right now. Second lady, Anika Corral-Stankevich. Is she here? She's not here either. Anika is a 13-year-old from Armada. She's in the Alero 4-H Club. Her hobbies are photography, arts, and crafts. She enjoys trips with family and camping. She's part of the National Park Junior Ranger program. That sounds pretty interesting. And in her spare time, she volunteers at the Detroit Arsenal. The third young lady is Emmeline Verschure. She's a 9-year-old from Howell. Is she here? Can you stand up, please? Okay. And Emmeline enjoys video games, Monster High dolls, and talking on the phone. She's in 4-H and she's a Girl Scout. And what's most important in her life, I found this pretty interesting, is her Captain Jack blanket. She said someday she'd like to marry Johnny Depp, or at least be in a movie with him. Thank you. And Liz, for sure. With Liz, she was last year's winner. She's 10-year-old from Howell. Her hobbies are babysitting, reading, writing, and playing with her animals. She's a 4-H member and a Girl Scout. She'd like to be a famous author someday. And when asked what the title Youth Achiever meant to her, she said, having children look up to her. I thought that was pretty nice. And the winner of that category is Emmeline Verscher. Congratulations. You have anything you'd like to say? Your sister gets to put it on you. That looks very nice. She got 2 buttons. We'll have to remember that for next year. Congratulations. The women that we're running for homemaker are Marcy Modlinski. She's from Chesterfield. She has 4 children. She enjoys quilting, cooking, beading, sewing, and canning. She considers family and close friends as most important in her life. She belongs to 2 quilting guilds. And when asked what homemaker means to her, she said, one who provides a loving and nurturing environment, not only with love, but with good food and a comforting hug and a listening ear. The second lady is Michelle Horst Polano from Sterling Heights. She has 1 adult child. She enjoys writing, crafting, crocheting, cross-stitch, canning, and biking. She's marked in the Susan G. Coleman Walk for a Cure, which that's a long one. She's a published author, has a master's degree in counseling, and what's most important to her is to feel like she is making a difference, whether in helping others to achieve their goals or teaching someone a new skill. And the third lady is from Howell. Her name is Beth Verscher. Same name as the other 2 little girls. Is there a coincidence there? Okay. She has 4 children, 2 of which are here. And they are all between the ages of 1.5 and 17. She enjoys photography, canning, cross-stitch. And what's most important to her is her family's education and passing on family traditions. She's a 4-H leader for the last 18 years and was the 2010 Homemaker of the Year. A nice hand of work. I'd like to call up last year's winner, Penny Tibbetts. And so Penny can crown this year's winner. And the winner is Marcy Modlinski.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations to the new homemaker, and best of luck this whole year. It's a very, very, very good honor, and you deserve it.
I'm scared of that.
Oh, it's okay.
Lastly, I'd just like to ask everybody to please stop by Barnes 1 and 2 and see what all the lovely things these gals have made, the young ones and the older ones. They will be setting up their displays after this presentation. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. You know, a lot of she didn't give enough accolades on how hard of a job it is to win that thing. All the projects, even in the youth, what they have to do to display that, as well as in the adult. And then Miss Tibbetts this year represented us from the Armada Fair down at the Monroe County Fair to be as the homemaker of the year because the state fair is no longer going. So there's a lot of accolades to go out to that. It gives me great honor to introduce Jim Hanby once again for another time-honored tradition that we have here for the Senior of the Year Award. Jim?
I'm sorry, I have one more thing. We got some lovely gifts that were donated by Sunrise Stores, Meyer, Armada Ice Hardware, Larry's Automotive and Towing, Armada Grain Company, Armada Printwear, Uriel's Party Store, and South End Car Wash. And these will be presented to the two winners. Thank you.
No problem at all. Okay, back again. As Ken said, one of the time-honored traditions at the fair here, with this being our 141st annual fair, you may have guessed that some people have grown up here. I myself married into the fair, met the wife and started dating her here. There's quite a few of these people who were brought here by their parents and their grandparents. Just to pick one out of the crowd, Dean's dad built a lot of the buildings, the announcer stand in that here. I mean, it's a generational thing. So one of the things I'm going to do right now is our Senior of the Year, our Senior Citizens of the Year. Now every year we ask the public and our members here at the fair to send in nominations. Here's the nomination for this year's winner. I will be saying my good friend instead of the individual's name. Armada Agricultural Society, June 12, 2013. I am writing to nominate my good friend for Senior Citizen of the Year. My good friend is a lifelong resident of Armada and is a person deserving of this recognition. He is a longtime Lions Club member and volunteers at all of their functions, along with his wife. He has always worked at their Christmas party for the kids, selling tickets for anything he is asked to, and standing on corners in all sorts of weather, selling white canes. He can always be counted on for every activity. He also belongs to the AMVETS and helps set up and sell their lunches to raise money. My friend doesn't just join organizations, he is a working member. He has worked at the fair doing various jobs, including the Lions booth and helping with winter storage and spring pickup. And I might add, for quite a few years when we put the speakers downtown for the lighted Christmas parade, he was down there every year to help put them up, and even harder and more rare to take them down. Both my friend and his wife are devout members of Trinity Lutheran Church, where he serves as an usher and does countless chores for them, picking up flowers, etc. They celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary just 2 years ago. My friend will do anything he can to help anyone. A ride to the doctor, the airport, if he can help, he will. He is also a really kind and generous person. I have never seen him say or do anything unkind. Last page. I feel my friend is an asset to the whole community, and I can speak from personal experience. Since the death of my husband, he has helped mow my grass, drive me to and from doctor's appointments if necessary, and checked on my house. I could go on and on. I consider myself lucky to count these two wonderful people as my friends. I might also add, my dog Buster loves him, and that alone should get him some sort of recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, the volunteer for 2013, Senior Citizen of the Year for 2013, Mr. Lester Doborowski.
I'd like to thank everybody that's here to see me get this. It was my great friend that I was doing all this work for, my buddy Bud Cruz. We got along like two pods and a pea, but we was there for everything. Like Jim says, making cars, bringing cars in, taking them out. We enjoyed it. Getting barn 1 ready, barn 2, 15, all that stuff I did for him. And now I'd like to give Barbara Cruz a big thanks. Thank you.
Right behind you there, Lester. You spent so much time we thought we ought to get you a chair to use. Senior Citizen of the Year 2013. What do you think?
A very well-deserved honor for Lester. Thank you, Jim. This one I get to give out the next award. This is the Volunteer of the Year Award. It is so critical for this establishment to be operated. This is what sets us apart from all the other 87 county fairs in the state. Yes, there is only 83 counties. There's a couple of them that got 2 of them county fairs going on. But Macomb County just has 1. This individual, for over 20 years, has done numerous work for us and has been a great asset to the community on all other aspects involvement in the community, not just the fair. It's a local businessman, and we take great pride. He stepped up really big again this year to help us get us out of a pinch. We had tractor pull issues, pulled a hitch off. This individual came up here and got it going for us real quick. It gives me great honor right now to introduce Mr. Ben Dalicki as the 2013 Volunteer of the Year. Ben, if you would please come up here, we have a plaque for you. You know, Ben is, it's a staple. Something happens, he's been a call. He'll give you a little crap eating grin. I was going to say something else. But you know what? He gets it done. We're very, very, very proud that he's one of ours to help us out. He's a great man of the community. The Easter egg stuff, we're active, well, it's not active no more. I mean, the list could go on and on. Thank you so much, Mr. Ben Dalicki.
It's easy to help out in a community like this. All the fair board and all the other guys that are like myself that just pitch in for no reason other than we like to help out and we like our community.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's great. We have so many people just like Ben. But thank you so much. All right, we're going to have Nancy Davis come right up for the Youth Achiever Award. Nancy. Oh, you already did that. That's right. You were supposed to do it in the order.
I didn't know you were
Oh, yeah, that's right too, because we did do the little guys. So it's my turn again. It gives me great honor at this point to introduce some young ladies that put together some great bios. What they're doing, and they had to put themselves out in front of a big audience to get nominated to be on the Queen in the Court. So it gives me great privilege and to introduce the 2013 Queen, Miss Taylor Watson, Rachel Walling, and Nicole Griffith.
Hello. Alright, okay. Yes. Alright, thank you all for coming. I hope you have a great time at our fair this year. And we are glad you all came. This is Nicole Griffin and Rachel Walling. And we hope to see you every day this week. Kelly Pickler will be here on Friday for her concert. That should be a good time. Alright, I now declare the 141st Annual Armada Agriculture Fair officially open. Thank you all.
That will conclude our opening ceremonies. Next thing on the agenda is the monster truck. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This concludes our opening ceremony.